Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. 1 week ago, I did a reaction to a Die Maschine Easter egg speedrun of 19 minutes, 46 seconds by Hatcher and his team that I thought was going to hold for a little while. And I was totally wrong, and it makes me so happy to say that because the Easter egg speedrunning community have welcomed this map with open arms, I think, and have been optimizing, despite the fact that there have been patches slowing down how fast you can do the egg. They're still somehow shaving off huge amounts of time. We're not talking a couple of seconds here. We're talking over a minute of savings. Really crazy stuff. And so today we're going to be watching through that whole thing, seeing what all the new strats are, and I mean, I'm just over the moon that we get to enjoy some kind of new crazy record here today. Speaking of the moon, if you've ever wondered what it would be like to go to the moon, then I've got good news for you. Introducing new friends of the channel and sponsors of today's video, To The Moon Mobile. They are basically a mobile service that can transform into whatever you need from your mobile provider. This is what their website looks like, and as you can see, you can customize your package to your preference really easily. The goal is for it to be as tailored as possible to you and your lifestyle, and there's no contract, so you don't need to worry about lock-ins or anything like that. You also don't need to worry about losing your old number. They'll deliver you a new SIM, but it's up to you if you need to keep your old number or you do want a new one. And what's cool is there's actually a 7-day 500 megabyte free trial, so you can test it out first and see what it's like to be on To The Moon Mobile. To get your new SIM ordered straight away, click the link in the description down below and head on over to their website, as you can see here. And you can also get up to £100 of free credit as well when you sign up, which is pretty great. So thank you to The Moon Mobile for sponsoring this video, and guys, click the link in the description down below if you want to get involved. With that out of the way, here we go. This is a record, by the way, from Sheepin, BrownieBro, Gigantor3215, and NaMCl. Major props to them, of course. They are linked in the description down below. Sheepin's even got Plague Diamond on that thumper right there, which is looking good. And they're doing thumper strat, and they are ending round? Hold up. They are ending round. Okay. Now, did that happen in the previous run from Hatcher that I watched? I don't think it did. I think that they downed on round 1. I could be wrong, but my memory is that they literally looked at the floor and killed themselves. So what my guess is as to why that's just happened is that maybe the bleed out is long enough for one player to complete this second round as fast as they can anyway, and it like lines up perfectly with the timing of when they actually die and then respawn as soon as the round ends. Maybe that's why. Although, it could also be that they get more points. I think he's going to get about 2.5k here. So he's at 800 points. And he's going to go to 3005. Yeah, and NaMCl and Gigantor both also... Well, I think Gigantor bought that door, but I think they both spawned back in with 3k as well. So maybe it's a points thing. Maybe it's a speed thing. Maybe it's just that they really don't like the fact that the zombies are so slow and like walk so slowly on round 1. Probably better for them to be later in the rounds anyway, because there are certain things like plague hounds and just stuff like that that you do need for the egg, megatons, and points as well, obviously. Points is just basically the limiting factor in a lot of stuff early in the game. So that's my assumption. They're going through here as you basically expect for the power activation. Looks like he's going to be doing the terminal. Okay. So fairly standard so far. Very curious if they're going to go through with this build pack and then do coffin straight away, or if they're even going to do coffin at all now that we're post-patch, and I'll probably talk about that more as we go through the video once I see where they do or don't do it. It looks like this is the perspective of the player that's going to be watching the pond. That's going to be Sheepin's job in this one. Okay, and they did not get the spawn-in pond for the machine part, or rather for the ether tunnel, which would lead to the machine part. So I guess his teammate's going to be doing that. Are they grabbing... They've already got the machine part. Did they grab the fuse? I'm assuming they got fuse there as well, probably. Didn't actually notice it pop up, but I'm assuming that that was something that they did while they were there. Or maybe they do that a little later. I guess we'll see. We can see he's waiting. I don't know why he waited just then. I don't know if that's like just that he was just talking to his team or what. Also, by the way, I should mention the fact that the gameplay is a little kind of like jumpy at times. Oh, Okay, perfect timing. It's really jumpy at times, and also the sound kind of just disappears, and there's only like certain sounds. That's just the way that it's recorded. There's nothing I can do about that. Sorry if it's like confusing or something, but yeah, I can't bring that sound back. Like Major Carver talking right now is just not there. But there is like kind of whispering from the dying play counts, and they've already done Aetherscope. Like these dogs are spawning in because, as you saw in the top right a second ago, they already did Aetherscope in their teleport, which means that they're going to place it down now, and presumably this is the point where things are going to completely differ from previous runs. It's interesting that he's holding here. There you go. Aetherscope collected. So they've picked it up, and now they're teleporting straight away. His teammate's going to be in Speed Cola doing that teleport. He's going to run over, do the diary, which we're going to grab in like 1 second here. Diary collected. And then he's going to go and do the ghost in that room. And then we're going to do the ghost in trials right here. There it is. Okay. So that's done now, and he's not going to do third ghost. His teammate's going to do third ghost. He's going to bring the Mayak over to the tree. Okay, so let me get this straight in my head, right? They are no longer... Okay, yeah, they do have Fuse, I just saw, and they just got Vial as well. So I think his teammate actually... And they've already got gas in it from the play counts. There you go, beautiful. I believe his teammate already got Wonder Weapon from the box. I didn't notice it at the time, but I'm pretty sure that must be what's happened here. Which is actually insane. I feel like the RNG has basically got even worse for this Easter egg speedrun. This team weren't able to do that old strat where you build the Aetherscope, but you do not pick it up. You leave it on the table, and then you start going into Coffin, and while it's teleporting you, you then pick it up, and that allows you to pick up the Aetherscope parts while you're in the Coffin. That was the previous way you did it. I'm pretty sure that was from Gallon J, Dallas Nation, It's Legacy 123, and QKZ4 with their 2229 run. But now, that's not possible at all. This is the teleport for the thermophasic fuse, which they're going to cut, the laser cutter fuse. A reminder that I always give whenever I make these is that you have to use that portal that he just took to do the laser cutter box in the Deadshot room. You can't use any other portal for it. I always want to remind people about that one. And you also have to use the portal underneath the Pack-a-Punch to do the electric sucking. That is very important, otherwise the crystals will not be glowing. But yeah, his teammate does have the Wonder Weapon. I mean, you can see he's got it there. He used it to kill the Mayak, I think, a second ago as well. That's the fungus collected. So that's going to be thermophasic finished, like ready to pick up. That's going to be gas already made, like finished off, because they already got that play count gas really early. They actually used that to kill the Mayak, I noticed, and I want to ask you guys, are they killing the Mayak to get out of Ether faster? Is that a way to, like, force yourself out of the Dark Ether? Because I think that might be the case. I can't think of another reason why they would kill the Mayak. It's like... I mean, well, there is a Mayak here, though. They did kill it, right? Dude, there's so much going on in this, like, 6 minutes that we've watched so far. It's actually bananas. Like, the optimization is incredible. They're also keeping this Megaton alive, presumably because that Megaton is the one that they want to feed into the machine in a moment, into Der Westler, actually. I actually did, right? This massive story video, like, huge story video about Die Maschine, talking about all the ghosts, talking about the intro cutscene, talking about the new sort of factions in the game. We've got Requiem, we've got Omega, we've got Samantha, obviously, and her interactions with the Dark Ether. All sorts of different characters. But in there, I talked a lot about Der Westler, which is the kind of containment chamber that we use to spawn all of back in. So if you're interested in story info about the map, then I really highly recommend you check that video out that I made. But yeah, so, sorry. Getting sidetracked here, dude. I like talking about the story. So... what I'm curious about is the fact that, so they're burning onto round 6, right? In terms of the kind of like ordering of things, if they now already have the vial done, then that means that they've got ice element. They should have electric element, assuming that the sucking is going on right now. I'm assuming that's why they've had to go back to the Dark Ether an extra time. Although this could have also been the teleport for the ghost in Speed Cola to play that cutscene. So they might be about to get wrenched, but I think judging by the fact that his teammate just ran past with the wonder weapon, this probably means that he was doing that, doing a final crystal suck, and is now running basically back in to blast the box and get that 4th upgrade. But they've got ice, they've got gas, they've got fire, and they now will have electric. So his job is just going to be to run around, shoot the edges of that canister in order to charge their kind of containment thing. Presumably that is what is going on here. 8:33, dog round, round 6. There's that Megaton, 50% HP. They're waiting, dude. They're waiting. They're like, I'm just gonna babysit you, and then I'm gonna end you immediately as soon as that chamber is ready to go. I guess it's easier also to keep him as a whole Megaton instead of a split Megaton. It's probably easier to babysit one rather than 2. That's my guess. But yeah, like, the fact that in this Easter egg now, you presumably need RNG of getting the wonder weapon out of the box to speed it up instead of doing the coffin is just disgusting. Like, major props to this team for fighting through that, but that is painful, bro. That is so painful. Having to, oh man, I can't imagine how many restarts that takes. I cannot imagine how many restarts it takes. And it's like, it's a reasonable amount of time as well. You can't just restart in the first like 30 seconds. Like, that first box spin is going to be happening maybe like probably 2.5, 3 minutes in or something. I'm assuming, if they're doing it around Pack-a-Punch time. Maybe they can do it a little earlier if one of them breaks off and just does it straight away. But that's rough, dude. So they're still on dog round as well, actually, which is interesting. That was like quite a long dog round. I'm assuming this is now their teleport where they're waiting for the cutscene. I think, probably, right? Because they'll have shot the upgrades. They'll be getting, yeah, they'll be getting wrench, I imagine, like now. Or am I totally confused about how this is going? Please let me not be totally confused. That would suck. Wrench? Wrench. Perfect. Okay. Thank goodness. It's a little tricky sometimes, dude, when you're not getting the perspective of the player that is doing a lot of this stuff, like the player with the wonder weapon. It can be a little tough, man. But they've got wrench now, and he's already preemptively bringing the Megaton down. Oh, it's following Gigantor. Oh, no. Dude, the Chungus he saw one of his brethren, and he was like, I've got to follow Gigantor instead, dude. But yeah, they're bringing the Chungus down and preemptively doing that because they know that the teammate is going to be able to do the wrench stuff just fine. Also, he's just papped his Gallo, which is interesting. One of his teammates just did that. Were they trying to bring him that way? I don't think they were. I don't think they wanted him to go down that corridor. I think that might be a little bit of time that they lost actually just then. Just from waiting for that. Although they do have to wait for their teammate to bring the decontamination agent down and into the room. So maybe it's not too much time lost. Here comes the Megaton. They are all here though, because they're ready to get them sucked in and then go into the room. What I would be really curious to see is if they found a way to get out of that room sooner. So they're doing the split. He's literally chilling in the middle. That's a ballsy move. Gave his life for it, but worth, I imagine, because that probably puts the Megatons both in like straight away. Oh, suddenly we have sound again. Okay. They did get out. That's the first time I've seen a team do that in co-op. Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. So if you're speedy in that room, if you're really speedy, you can zip out of there. I've seen a guy do it in solo, which was crazy impressive, but I hadn't seen a team do it co-op before. That's so cool, man. So what's happening now is that cutscene is going off, fusing Orlov back together, and Orlov obviously is going to drop out of the chamber, and then he's going to... When I said that, I thought of like One in the Chamber from like Black Ops 1. Like a memory just entered my brain, dude. He's going to drop out of there and run off. It's going to like shut down the Pack-a-Punch room. It's going to go all dark, and so we're going to be so close to the end of this Easter egg now. So close to it. And I also don't know, by the way, if it's possible to do the skip where you Ether Shroud and teleport out of the boss fight. I don't know if that's been fixed. I thought it had been, but the fact that he's got Ether Shroud on right now makes me think that maybe it hasn't been fixed. That's the end of that. That's the end of that little skip that they did. So they're now going into Dark Ether. Presumably, I'm assuming they are basically just getting any final points they need for the boss fight here because they're going to be talking to Orlov in Narcotic Totem. That is something that I don't think you can skip. It takes like a minute, so that's just time that is going to get burned no matter what. But I'm really curious if there is anything else that can be done. Yeah, his teammate is just literally chilling there and standing next to the ghost. And by the way, wait, he is talking, right? Okay, yeah, he just doesn't have subtitles on. I'm used to subtitles, man. A pro tip that you guys might not know is if you stand next to the ghosts when they're talking in these cutscenes, zombies do not track to you. They run away. And so I'm guessing here, just for the sake of keeping his jug and stuff, he's basically just like shepherding his whole team over and they're all just going to stand there. Maybe the guy with the wonder weapon doesn't need to worry, but they're all just going to stand there while Orlov talks so that they can instantly TP to boss without any fear of getting downed or anything like that. Bro, that door wasn't even open. Oh, and they're going to craft real quick. Smart. He crafted a frag. What? Is that got a purpose? What is he? Are they going to do the whole fight? He's got Shroud. They're going to the door. Okay, they're getting out. One of them got out. Okay, they're out. Why was he crafting a frag, bro? Am I being trolled right now? 14 and a half minutes, damn. So they now just have to wait for the boss fight. I think a team is going to find a way to do this faster. I think that there is going to be some kind of glitch that can be used to basically force the boss fight to end, like, or to basically skip the boss fight step, to like teleport to after the boss. Or to like, to cause the extraction to happen earlier, because the fact that this run is so well optimized right now, but then we get to 14 and a half minutes and they just have to wait. I just burped, sorry. Surely there is something they can do to speed this up, rather than just like literally running around the edges of the map doing nothing, crafting a frag grenade for no reason, dude. I'm gonna eat my words if that frag grenade is like clutch for some kind of weird skip that they're gonna do, but I just don't think that there's any optimization left at this point. You literally have to wait for boss fight. Actually, no. There might be something they can do. There might be. They are getting a little action in this area. What I'm thinking is, what if there is a way that they can preemptively get the chopper in by like killing either zombies in this area or something like that? Like the fact that they're here, because like while that deactivation is going on, I don't know. I'm just trying to think why he built that frag, honestly. I'm just theory crafting right now. Like, it's probably nothing. Primary coolant's going. That's normal. To be expected. They're zooming through here. I wonder what time they're going to end on. I didn't actually see the exact final time. I knew it was sub 19. It was over a minute faster than Hatch's previous time. But I didn't actually see the exact final. We do have a down, but it doesn't matter. They can literally just leave him. I mean, they could go for the res, seeing as they're going to have a little bit of time left before the boss fight ends, but I'm assuming they're not going to risk it, because why would they, right? They're now on third phase, I believe. Or is that already third phase done? I think that was second phase. I'm pretty sure this is about to be third phase. Right? Yes, failsafe deactivation is last phase. It's also getting a little sketchy here, dude. Maybe he brought the frag grenade just for comfort, like, for company, dude. Because it's a little spooky having to hoard when you've only got Jug in this area around 9. Okay, he's got Quick Revive now, but you got all these Megatons spawning in. A little bit sketch. So yeah, I also want to say, it's so cool that the Easter egg speedrunner community have like embraced this map as much as they have, with different teams leapfrogging each other. I don't know if I already mentioned this, but it's something I definitely wanted to mention. The fact that like Gallon J, Dallas Nation, Its Legacy, and QKZ4 got 22, and then Hatcher, Raheem, Ultimate Zenith, and Arbitran got 19, and then Better Packer Punch, Better Packer Lunch, Joey666 Devil, Lilliman LA, and Maniac Killer got 2 separate runs that were sub 19, but still slower than this time. And then Sheepin, BrownieBro, Gigantor, and NaMCl have all come through with their even faster time and the new world record pace. Like, the fact that it's a different team every time is something I'm loving right now. I think that's so cool. But I also feel for these guys. The pain that it must take doing these restarts to get that Wonder Weapon first spin out of the box. Like, that's tough. They've got decoys. Wait. The frag was useless after all. He's got C4 right now. Bro, I've been lied to. Or maybe... no, I've got to stop making theories. But 1820. Chopper's coming down. I think he was just doing it for fun. 1827. Are they going to get sub? Oh, they got sub 1830. Oh my god. Dude, the previous run that I saw from the Better Packer Punch, Better Packer Lunch, Joey 66, Devil Element LA, and Maniac Killer, the No Thumbs crew, that was an 18, I think, 40 something. I think it was an 1841, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe 1842. I could be wrong. Bro, sub 1830 is bananas. BrownieBro, Gigantor, NaMCl, Sheepin, insane time. 1828 is phenomenal work. 8-round Easter egg. My guy had 56 kills when he finished it off. Big round of applause from me. Guys, if there is a different Easter egg speedrun from another map that you want me to react to or anything like that, I would be happy to. I was talking to a couple of folks on Twitter today. Apparently, there's new records on Garrod quite recently. This year, there was a Shang strat change that apparently speeds things up quite a lot. I'm really excited to sort of take in all of the amazing feats that the speedrunning community have managed with zombies over the years. So let me know what you'd like to see next. Leave some requests in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks again, obviously, to the Moon Mobile for sponsoring the video, and I'll see you guys next time in another speedrun reaction or just another zombie story video or whatever. All right? Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.